Welcome back to the channel guys, and today we have the sequel to one of my favorite Marvel movies and a wildly successful as well. The movie I'm talking about is none other than Black Panther. Now I know I haven't reviewed and rated the first movie yet, but don't worry, that one is coming very soon. Of course, the plan for Black Panther 2 would have involved King T'Challa, who was played by our beloved Chadwick Boseman, who tragically passed away in 2020. Just want to say, may you to rest in peace. So now the Black Panther 2 movie then had to be altered, and here is what we got. If you're a fan of the Marvel movies and the Black Panther movies, feel free to subscribe, leave a like and turn on that bell icon for more amazing videos like this and more. If you're new to the channel and like what you see, leave a quick comment showing support. Let's get straight into the video. So the movie starts off with Shuri trying to make a cure for her brother, King T'Challa, who is in need of the treatment immediately. She was only able to get a certain percentage of the cure being effective, and that percentage wasn't high either. When Shuri takes the cure and heads to give it to her brother, her mother comes in and tells bad news. We then got a really emotional funeral scene for King T'Challa, and what made this way emotional was that of the passing of Chadwick Boseman. It definitely felt like our final eye to him in that entire scene, and I gotta say, what an amazing way to send him off and start the movie. After the funeral service, Queen Ramonda headed to a country meeting in Switzerland. People would question Wakanda, as if they could be trusted to have this powerful tool for themselves. This is when Queen Ramonda went in on them and told them the hard truth, and also going to reveal couple soldiers who tried to steal vibranium from Wakanda. We then head out to sea, as we see the soldiers and scientists exploring what could be possible vibranium underwater, which is outside Wakanda. So while the two explorers were underwater, they suddenly got attacked by something, and also all the soldiers on the boat started to jump into the water because of a sound they were hearing. The two scientists left was able to save themselves by putting AirPods in their ears, but we see these blue sea guys jump up and suddenly kills one of the scientists, leaving the next one her life. When we got to the helicopter and thought she was finally safe, the guys attacked the helicopter, causing it to crash, killing everyone in it. These new guys definitely made a strong impression. We got back to Wakanda, where Queen Ramonda came to her daughter Shuri to bring her out and away from her lab to relax and release her mind close to one of the rivers. This out of nowhere, Namor, who is the king of the sea guys we saw attack the soldiers earlier, comes to Ramonda, passing through all security alerts and going undetected. This is when Namor tells them that the Wakandans need to be on his side and that there are other humans looking for vibranium out of Wakanda. So Okoye and Shuri head to America to find Kairos to find out more about who hated the vibranium detector. This was after Okoye begged Ramonda to bring Shuri with her. So when they meet up with Kairos, he does end up giving them information on where to find the site that made the detector, which of course they went looking for. So they then went to the location of where this scientist is at, and we finally get to meet Riri, or better known as Ironheart. So she asks Okoye for her to go talk to Ironheart, as she feels like she will get through to her better than Okoye. Of course it didn't really work, so Okoye step in, and we got that funny scene where I sends something at Okoye, but Okoye cuts it in half, and we see Ironheart is really freaking out and wants to send more stuff at her but didn't. This is when they tricked Ironheart, tell that they won't protect her when the bad guys come for her, and this ultimately led to Ironheart going with the two of them. So they all went to Ironheart warehouse, where she has all her work at, including blueprints on how to build the vibranium. So while they were here, the government was able to track them down, sending in the feds after them, causing them to escape immediately. With Shuri jumping on the bike, while Okoye go in the car by herself, as Okoye refused for her to ride the bike cause she knows if anything were to happen to Shuri, the queen would not like that. So they had a great escape, even Ironheart in action for the first time, as she used her suit to destroy the drone that was tracking them down, in a really heroic way. So all three were able to escape from the feds. That is when the real threat appears, as the sea guys, whose actual names are Talokanals, but just for easy understanding, we are going to stick to sea guys. So they came up to the bridge and immediately attacked the group, hitting Ironheart first and then Shuri and Okoye. So Okoye was putting up a good fight against some of them, but when one of the top warriors started to fight her, we see that even though we know that she is really skillful and can handle herself in a fight, this guy was just a bit overpowering her. One of the other top warriors took care of the police and went back, assisted the other one in taking out Okoye, sending her flying into the water as they capture both Ironheart and Shuri to bring them underwater to their home, which is called Talokan. They would, or rather Shuri would, meet Namor and get a chance to learn about these people and their culture. We get the scene with the FBI coming to investigate the scene on the bridge, and we see us actually gets Shuri bracelet, although later on this would turn out to be an interesting scene. For now it didn't really mean much. So when Okoye got back to Wakanda, of course she already knew that Queen Ramonda would be really pissed that her daughter was captured and went as far as stripping Okoye of her high rank as one of the top warriors in Wakanda. This led to Queen Ramonda to do anything to get her daughter back, and this is when we see her take a trip to Haiti, where she would meet Nakia, who we remember being the love interest of our beloved King T'Challa. So she asked to go save her daughter by any means possible, because they had no one that Queen Ramonda could send on a mission like this, but her, and with all her skills and achievements she already was known for, she was the right choice. We see her actually going undercover basically to find out the whereabouts of this underwater nation, and she eventually gets led to the beach that leads to this Talakan king. Meanwhile Shuri talks to Namor, and they do talk about why Namor and his people want to take out all of the humans, and why he doesn't feel the same about Wakanda, and believe that Wakanda instead join his kingdom and take down the rest of the world. We also get to learn the backstory of Namor and how this tribe was sick, and someone ended up getting this leaf underneath water and made his people drink it to heal themselves. Only Namor's mother, while she was pregnant with him, refused to take the cure as she didn't know what it would do to her unborn child. She did end up taking it, and this led to the whole tribe waking up one day, and they were brand new people. They could no longer live on land as they needed water to breathe, and their skin was now blue the ocean. Namor was then born, and although he wasn't blue, he did indeed have a few features that were not humane. When Namor and his people returned to their land to bury the fallen T'Challa, they saw that things has drastically changed, and this led to Namor unleashing his wrath on these guys, and from that day he despised humans. We finally get to see the kingdom of Talakan as Namor himself brought Shuri to visit it, and we saw how beautiful and huge this underwater kingdom actually was. On the other side, Nakia was making her way down to this kingdom to rescue Shuri and Ironheart, while Queen Ramonda used herself to distract Namor, while Nakia saved the girls. This did actually work as Namor immediately went to Queen Ramonda to see what she wanted, while Nakia tried to save us, but reached a situation where she ended up killing one of Namor's people, and seeing how Namor loves his people would lead to serious reciprocation. Which of course gave Nakia ends to make an escape, but just left a dead body to make Namor mad and make Wakanda the enemy of the Talakan kingdom, even though Namor really doesn't want to fight against Wakanda, as he is a special kingdom like his. So this left Namor no other choice but to lead an attack on Wakanda, causing lots of casualties, even leading to Namor killing Queen Ramonda and killing Ironheart, as he and his people left Wakanda totally destroyed and making Shuri the new queen of Wakanda by force. This left Shuri devastated and wanting revenge for her, leaving her no choice but to recreate the Black Panther liquid for her to take an attempt to become the new Black Panther. She ends up going to the Panther land where she wouldn't see her brother, but her cousin, Killmonger. She then woke up and thought it didn't work as she didn't see her brother, and this is when she got angry and punched a mannequin which flew across the room with immense force. Mutual did work. When she got her suit, she then assembled all her soldiers to a meeting, and they planned on their all-out attack on Namor, so that they would leave them alone and not attack the humans. So they went to the ocean with a big warship submarine and were ready to face Namor and his army. At first they were giving Namor and his guys an upper hand battle, but the sheer numbers army had was too far of a big advantage on Namor's side. So of course Shuri went after Namor in her new suit, and they had an amazing fight that ended up on the beach, with an arrow win by who could have killed Namor, but decided to spare him and not seek revenge, like how Killmonger would have done it. Also, whilst Namor and Shuri fight was going on, the Wakanda was to get annihilated, as the numbers game was too difficult for them to compete with, even though Ironheart, Okoye and Nakia did put on a great fight against a top fighter on Namor's side, with 3 of them using their new suits. So everything goes back to normal, as we see the Wakandians enjoying themselves again. Also Ironheart had to head back to America, and of course leave with her suit, which was not a problem for her, and also Shuri ended up gifting her fixed car back, and that made Ironheart extremely happy. Also we see that Namor is not over with his plans, and now is still looking to go after the humans and kill everyone. So Shuri ends up going to Haiti to see Nakia, and this is when she learns that her brother actual son, hiding in Haiti with no one other than his mother Nakia and former Queen Ramonda, knowing his existence, and now that of Shuri, who would really love to have one family member around still. The movie honestly to me is one of the best Marvel movies to date. The way it started to the way it ended was just brilliant, and in the entire movie, they never had a moment you would want to look away or anything else. Although with great tragedy, they were able to deliver a really great movie that would have made Chadwick happy and proud. Giving him a great send-off in the beginning of the movie was the best way to begin the movie, and I can't see any other way they could have started this amazing movie. This was our final goodbye to this amazing human being, and a great send-off for a great actor he brought to life. Now the movie in itself was a very long movie, however I feel it needs that duration to deliver a perfectly paced movie and storyline. I felt like this got the right amount of time it needed to develop, and each moment constantly kept us hooked to it. I really like how for the majority of the movie we didn't even get to see a Black Panther, because when Shuri finally after her mother died, it just made it for some reason 10 times better. The actors and actresses played an enormous role in bringing this movie to the height of success it has. Honestly, they great actors and actresses in this movie, and that is why I would love to thank all of them for definitely a great performance. Amazing soundtrack that would have you listen to them even after watching them, and of course Marvel is known for their amazing soundtracks during movies, of course, that being of the first Black Panther movie, which had a couple bangers from the soundtrack. The movie looked and sounded amazing. Seeing the Kingdom of Talakan was one of the best scenes in the movie along with many others, as it was really hard to pick out a scene that stood out as the movie looked really high quality. I enjoyed following the storyline, with them introducing these new people, and Namor being an amazing new addition to the cast was a great choice to me. The storyline was nothing crazy, although Queen Ramonda did end up losing her life. I can't say that the story was the best I have seen in the MCU, however it was definitely fun to watch and follow. Learning about these new kingdoms and how they came about, along with what Namor wants to do and what happened between these two great kingdoms, was just amazing about it and watching it. So Black Panther to me and many others was definitely another successful addition to the MCU list, and a well-deserved one. After Part 1, the fan base of Black Panther grew so much, it became the highest rated MCU movie, and one of the biggest following towards an MCU movie, and of course we can see why that was the case even back then. With seeing Part 1 and Part, I can now say which one I enjoyed more, and that being of a small margin from each other, I would have to give it to Black Panther Part 1, however Black Panther Wakanda Forever by no means gets a low rating, and that is why I would like to give it a rating of 8.9, a very solid rating, and while it didn't beat the first one for me, it still did tremendously well. Thank you guys for watching, I hope you all enjoyed it. Leave a comment for any series you all think I should watch and make a video on. Appreciate everyone, stay safe and continue going for your dreams and goals. Till next time, stay chillin'.